Xonia, and you are in the zone. Right now it's late night in the zone, as you can see by the background here for nighttime. This week they've just released Liana LD, so we've got some new choices that we can make, hopefully, for the missions that we will be doing in ELO. So we're going to go ahead and do our 5 ELO matches. Let's go ahead and open this in a new tab up here. The missions. Legendary missions. Liana LD is back. I already have her, but we can go ahead and maybe work on some of her missions. 15 life points. And 20 rounds with the Ulu Watu. We've still got poison damage that we could try and do with Jungo, but that's a little old. We've got roots and bangers. So why don't we go ahead this week and try a roots and Ulu Watu, because that's going to go ahead and give me my life points, and then I can work on a few more rounds with the Ulu Watu. So looks like we're going to go with roots, again roots and Ulu Watu. If you're not interested in watching the deck building part, you can go ahead and click the link that I'm going to put up here to skip ahead to the matches. Let's go ahead and otherwise let's go ahead and go in and make our deck roots and Ulu Watu. Okay, we need life, so that's going to be really important for Ulu Watu. Why don't we go ahead and try and make it a budget Ulu Watu as well? Because, you know, why not? Kind of a fan of the new background that they have for the game. I didn't really care for the bright white, but it didn't really bother me either, honestly. Ready for if we're gonna go ahead and do a budget deck. I'm already thinking I want to put Eugene in there because we're also trying to think of a plus life budget deck. We're also gonna need to go ahead and win some rounds with the Ulu Watu, if I remember correctly. So we need some cards that are gonna be pretty good at winning rounds, or at least a pain. So I don't usually like to try and make decks that require me to win 3 rounds, but with Ulu Watu, sometimes that's not too difficult, at least. Shell is basically a lock. She's a really great card, but we're doing budget, aren't we? So we can't put Shell in there. Let's go ahead and go to cards that I remind myself that I can't put anything in over 2K. Not responding. Yeah, I see that. Computer's not doing so well because it's nighttime. The longer it's been on for the day, the slower it gets. So hopefully this won't be too unbearably slow for everyone else. Alright, so we're looking for cards that are all under 2K. Let's go ahead and just throw everything in that's under 2K. Oh, Dave is under 2K right now? Excellent. He will be an excellent 2-star that I can use instead of Fanny. I would have rather had Fanny, but gotta take what you can get, right? Nice Janice, Jeff. Joelle is under. Interesting. Liana LD, I never leveled her. Not that we could use her anyway, because I never use LDs, because I'm assuming you don't have them yet. Mango. I haven't used Mango yet. I wonder how he fares in such situations. Sandy, completely useless card. Why am I even clicking on her? I guess so that I can just tell you that she's a useless card later. And hope that that you never ever use her under any circumstances whatsoever. Tafa, why am I even putting her in there? Another useless card. And we'll skip to go see what the last 6, 7 now? 57. Must mean there are 58 total. I'm missing 1 from Ulu Watu. I want to use Wooly. I really want to use him, but oh, it looks like he's ELO banned this week anyway, so it doesn't matter. Great. Makes me feel slightly less worried about it. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of a whole bunch of Ulu Watu. Corral is useless. Ice Gym is not the kind of card you really want in there anyway. Let's look at who else we've got. Reef Razor is horrible. Ras is horrible. Pietro isn't the kind of card that I would actually put in ELO. Sean is amazing. Why would I not? Tafa is horrible. We have Zach? Zach is available? Really? Huh. Okay, well that's good news. Oh, I'm looking at the bottom as well. Uluwele is horrible. I wouldn't use him. Warren is not stable. I would not recommend that. Tygo. I really do like Tygo, but he's only 2 damage, which really bothers me. Reef might actually be good with all of the power manipulation that we tend to see. So I'll leave him in for now. Zach is a 4-star. I really love the SOA, but only 4 damage. It's just not going to cut it. Nymphe, no thank you. Oh, they had the wrong artwork for her still. Sandy is horrible. Orlando is horrible. Machan is horrible. Joao is pretty much horrible. Jeff is too shaky. Not someone that you really want for ELO again. So we've got a whole bunch of different 2 stars and 3 stars available to us potentially. Ultimately, looking at this though, for 2 stars, it looks like we've got Dave, Mango, and Reef. And I love Reef, but I'm going to take him out because I want a little more damage because this is ELO. Dave at least has 3, and he has that plus life. We are looking for plus life, so we want to remember that. So that kind of means Eugene. Maybe we'll leave George in there. Janice, I don't think we're going to see that much. Kirk is min 3. It's just the kind of thing that you want for a 3-star. What do we have? We have Sean. Sean is just such a good card. I can't believe Dylan is under. Dylan is an amazing card as well. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take Douglas out then. And I really like Felicia, but just 3 damage is not enough for me. So let's see, what do we want? There's no point having Dylan in if we can get basically the same thing from Sean. All I mean is we're gonna get about the same amount of damage. Sorry, I don't want to confuse you and make you think that I actually think they're equal cards. Fuzzy June has the stop, but I'm not gonna worry about stop right now. I don't feel an unending need to make them pay. So I guess if I'm gonna have to choose between Dave and Mango, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Mango then, because Dave has the plus life. So it looks like we're running a very low star budget deck here for Ulu Watu of Dave, Eugene, George, and Sean. Only 11 stars. This could be troublesome, but it does open me up for having a little bit bigger roots half. So let's go ahead and switch to roots then. This is going to take a long time if I don't switch back to list mode. Let's go back to list. Fully evolved only. I have some unevolved cards in roots. So that's why I don't use best copy only for that clan. Fully evolved is better. Ulu Watu are one of my favorite clans, so I have all of them fully leveled as much as possible. You're one of the first clans that I collected all of the cards that I possibly could, minus RAS CR because it's useless and very expensive. And then one of the first ones that I started collecting all of the star levels of at the time. So fully evolved. We don't need Ulu Watu, we need to go back to roots. Come on, computer, you can do it. So you got 14 stars to work with. I'm not going to make this a budget deck for roots. So I think I'll probably play this one maybe a little bit crazier. You said you need those life. The question is, do I want to use Rosen or not? Because I'm considering Rosen as a 5-star because of her plus life. Maybe I don't need her though. Let's see. Okay, so we've got Ani, Armand, Arno, Bishop, Crayho, Curlix. Flora is not allowed, I'm assuming still. She permanently banned? Yeah, she is. It's really hard to know which cards I can use when the ELO bans are not listed here in card or in list view. Well then, one of the staples is always Yuki. Yuki just does such a good job of accomplishing what needs to be done. So that puts me at 11 left with. I'd really rather have Simeon in there, especially with Ulu Watu. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw Rosen in for the plus life. What else do I want that has plus life? I can make this a little bit faster. Oh goodness. If only I could put Brody in, that'd be awesome. There's no way they're ever gonna allow Brody in ELO. Machine. Oh, I know who I can put in. I haven't used Ellie yet. I really like Ellie as a 3-star. So go ahead and run Ellie. It's 8. 3 more. Well, if we've got 3 more, then we can go ahead and run Crayho again. Crayho is not a bad option at all. Okay, so we've got our 25 stars now. Very low star budget Ulu half deck, and then our roots: Dave, Eugene, George, Sean, Yuki, Robin, Ellie, and Crayho. Let's go ahead and set this as our deck, because if we forget to set it, then we will just be crying in a minute. Alright, and let's go ahead and go to play. See how we can do for our 5 matches for ELO. Certainly hope everyone has been trying to take advantage of these extra tokens that they're using in Survivor mode this week. It's actually really a great deal because currently the Survivor list, you only need to get like 5 or 6 in order to make top 100, which means that basically if you play it at all and have a halfway decent deck, you should be able to get some prizes that you normally wouldn't be able to for Survivor. So I know you guys won't see this until Monday, which means that the weekend thematic will be over, but I really hope you took advantage of it. I think these are Survivor ones especially are really good chance to pick up some easy free tokens. Anyway, here we also have just proof again. I'm 1000 ELO, no No games played yet. Oh, 191 players. Excellent. Apparently I only need to stay up until midnight in order to find people to play against. Oh, PHX Farrell. Level 124 from Japan, or at least has the Japanese flag. Mono Junta, we've got Gatlin, Mylena, Raven, and Tolliver. Seeing this kind of deck makes me think he's going for KOs. Tolliver. What would he do with Tolliver? One of the things that I have to be careful of course, is Raven. So... really wish I had my Roots half doing something for me right now. But I am not. Let's see. We've got Raven still. Maybe I can still trick him. Because with this Tolliver play, I'm guessing this is probably a 4-pill. I'm going to assume 5 for now. Excellent. It was a 5-pill. Got lucky. Glad I played the extra pill. Worth it this time. Alright, good call, lucky call, honestly. That would be his easiest way to get Raven into non-Fury territory. At this point, he's probably going to try and throw off on Mylena and then have Raven come in for the attack. One of the things that I would like to do then is put a little bit more pressure on him. For example, with Rosen, but the problem is as long as he's still got Raven left, I'm in trouble. So basically I just need to make sure that I can cover Raven. And Raven is going to be 72 at this point, which means I need 8 pills in order to win with Dave. 8 pills. So then my best bet is going to be Eugene right now, because Eugene will allow me to lose, keep my 8 pills, but also force some pills from PHX Farrell. If he's got Gatlin playing 2 on Rosen, I'd really like to play 2 on Rosen, but playing 2 on Rosen would not be able to beat a 0-pill Gatlin. 2 on Eugene though will, so he'll have to play at least Gatlin, which means that we'll still be tied in pills. If he does not, I'll do 4 more damage. I'm expecting either Mylena here or maybe a low-pill Gatlin. There's no reason for him to bust out Raven yet. He's trying to save Raven. This could be just a 1-pill Gatlin. 2. Oh, good. Excellent. Went to 3. This is still a bit unfortunate for me though, because Mylena can't beat me. Can only beat me with Raven. We are tied right now, so basically Mylena cannot do more than 8. Oh, Raven. Oh, Raven. He did not play Mylena first. I'm still gonna guess he's going for the KO. I basically have to. So 8 times 7 is going to be 56, which means that I need 6 in order to block him. To be honest, I'm pretty sure he's 0-pilled Raven, but I need the plus life, so we're just gonna go with it. Oh, excellent! I'm very happy to see that, because now that means as long as you don't leave early, please don't leave the match early, I can get 4 more of my heal that I was looking for. Fantastic. So at the end of the day, we have maximized almost, minus a Rosen Fury. We have maximized the amount of life we gotten from this round. So for 8 total plus life here, which is great because that puts me over halfway done with the life missions, and this is only game 1, and we managed to pick up a win. Got very lucky with two calls that needed to be done perfectly, and we were able to do that. So fantastic. I'm very, very pleased with that beginning. 1018. Good game, PHX Feral. I probably should not have beaten you, but managed to make 2 crucial lucky calls. Up next is Fish Squirrel. Excellent name. Level 116. I'm deeply afraid of fish squirrels. Fish squirrels are able to both live on land and in the water, and there's nothing more frightening than having squirrels chase you in the water. Especially with those cute fuzzy tails. Anyway, getting sidetracked. So we've definitely got 1-star lead. We've got about the same amount of power. I think I've got a little bit more, maybe 1 more, because Lulaby doesn't have her bonus, but she will be able to block mine. We also have lots of extra pills from over here, which is extremely unfortunate on my half. Again, I have drawn Frozen without the SOA, which is very, very unfortunate. So I guess in order to do this, don't want to lead with Sean because it's not reprisal. Lulaby, only 6. I'm not really worried about how much damage any of his guys can do. I just don't want him to get too many more pills than me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to 3-pill Eugene. Because with 3 pills... Oh, I should have done 4-pill. I was thinking that would be enough to force Grouchy to at least pill 1 over me. But with 2 pills, that will also at least ensure that a 2-pill Grouchy will not beat me. There's Grouchy, like we were expecting. Probably he's played 4 or 5. 4. Should have played that 1 extra. That was what I was gonna do, and I didn't. Oh, that is extremely unfortunate on my part. Just a brain fart. So this puts us in a very bad situation because now we're down 2 pills instead of just down 1. He's only done 2 damage though, so that's not too big of a deal, especially since I gained 2 life back. So all this has resulted in is giving him a 2-pill lead, which is not really what we want here from Lulaby. We've got replay here. I need to kind of build a decent life gap, and Rosen after this point is going to be almost useless, except for maybe against Lulaby. I think my best bet here is to dump Rosen. So I'm just gonna play a couple pills. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky. Not really feeling like reasoning this out too much right now. Okay, so he's gone in just far enough to continue tying me in pills. Fantastic. Okay. Now I've lost Rosen as an option. Not looking too good for us right now, guys. We're equal on pills. Our opponent has just as much ability to destroy us as right now. So Lulaby, basically, my only hope in this right now is by playing 1 pill on George, which I'm pretty sure this is going to be canceled, but basically the only way I can win this now is playing 1 on George, because Dr. Van Wessel will copy George, and it's pretty much guaranteed that Dr. Van Wessel is going to be played. Oh, but he's going to get that 1 extra pill as well. So, yep, this is game over already. It was over before I even played a card. Lulaby, huh? Okay. Wow. Well done. See, this is why I fear fish squirrels. They just come in and they do a whole lot of nasty things. You never expect the fish squirrel to destroy you. Very, very dangerous animals. Well done, fish squirrel, seriously. no life gain, so that was pretty much, well, we did get the 2. That's right, we got our 2 at the beginning from losing, which is why we have those defeat plus life in. Eugene is just a really good star card. I'm surprised he's a common. We're back down to 1006 ELO, so unfortunately this puts a little more pressure for making sure that we get more than 1000 ELO in our 5 games. Again, we have drawn 3 Ulu Watu and 1 Roots. I'm really surprised by this because there's supposed to be an 87.5% chance of drawing both clans, and it's just not happening. It is definitely not happening today. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of heavy hitters, and Thormund, ABC's probably not going to go in. ABMCW, we've definitely got more power than him right now. Dave would be a good matchup against Sabia. It's very unfortunate. Do we really want to use Sean already? Because Sean is going to be able to hit 10, and that is our highest amount. I think we can still do George. This will be able to stop a 3-pill Thormund. Who knows, maybe he's gone 4 or 5 in. It surprised me, honestly. Okay, he just did 2. That's good. So we're not too far down in pills right now, and we've got a nice little 5 gap. We also got two more of our life in, which is a very important goal. So now we've got Ellie, Dave, and Sean. So honestly, Ellie would be a very good lead. You would expect to see either Sabia or Brian. If I play Dave, that's going to increase the chances of seeing Brian as well. And I really would like to get rid of Brian, if at all possible, because then Brianna can match versus Sean, and then Ellie versus Sabia. Ellie is not who I want to see versus Sabia right now, though. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and go with Ellie, because maybe MCW might think that I'm willing to go in a whole bunch for this. I'm going to just play 1 pill, because if he does play Sabia, then I would lose, because Sabia's 2-star to my 3. Ideally, though, I think he's probably going to be saving Sabia for Sean, but he's not going to have that option of Sabia versus Sean necessarily. So it's actually safest for him right now, I would say, to play Sabia. But he may go with Brian anyway, and if he does, hopefully he plays a decent bit of pills, thinking that I've played a few with Ellie. Worst case scenario here, we see with a 3 or 4 pill Brian, still giving him a pill lead, in addition to both of the cards that he wants. Okay, here's Brian. Okay, so at least we got to 28. Okay, so we've got 4 pills that came out, so we're now equal on pills. We are down in life, though. He's done 2 more life to us. And I have no idea why he has played Brianna first. I'm assuming because Sabia will then be able to do... Because if I do this, I'm going to be at 10. If he just goes all in, I'm assuming that this is a trap then. I don't understand, because 72, I only need 8 pills. I mean, again, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw Sean, because... Yep. That's okay. I'm so surprised, because earlier I felt like that first match when I should have Furied Sean. That would have been the ideal move there, because if I had Furied Sean, I would have guaranteed at least a tie. That would have been a much better move on my part. Too bad. Alright. In such a situation, when they really play a card that just doesn't... it's their better card and you know that it can't win, there's really no reason, especially if he's level 118. It just doesn't make sense. So that kind of thing should be what tips you off to know that it's a fake play as opposed to a real one. But as always, as humans, we love to try and deal with it anyway. And there's the Fury for the win. Yep. Well done, ABMCW. That's gonna drop us below 1,000. 996. Oh no. We're not going to get any credits or Clint's right now unless we're able to pull out a win in at least one of the next two. If not, a PHX Feral again. Oh dear. Okay, so here we go again. We got really lucky last time. Finally, we have both of our Roots cards. Alright, well, as normal, let's go ahead and lead with Eugene. Scooty 3 4-pill. Let's assume a 4-pill. We'll go ahead and give him 13 plus 28. 41. 9 times 5 is going to be 45. So, Eugene will still be able to beat Scooty at this point. Though, honestly, knowing the way that I played last time, I wouldn't be surprised if PHX just played olded with Scooty. Brianna. Okay. Wow, I honestly feel really bad for PHX right now, because that's just really unfortunate. I think he was probably counting on that Brianna play to carry him into the KO. At this point, he basically cannot get a KO against me, and we are equal on pills. And he's going to have to play at least one. So here I'm going to do something really unorthodox. I'm going to go ahead and play Ellie because I want to force him to play at least one pill. The reason I want to do this ultimately comes down to now it's Rosen versus Sabia. It doesn't matter at this point because the most he can do is 6. And here so this is a gamble, because if he plays no pills, then I'm going to find myself in a great amount of trouble. However, my guess is that Feral is going for ELO KOs, and so by doing this I'm basically saying either stop my Rosen or you're not going to get your KO, and I'm hoping that that's going to force him to pill in on Scooty. Didn't. Okay. Well, on the plus side, we have now received at least a tie, because he did not save Scooty. He should have played Sabia. There was really no reason to throw Scooty first, because Scooty would at least get the plus pills later, and with his additional 1 damage, I don't understand why he played Scooty first. It defies all of my reason, all reason. I just don't get it. But that's what he's done. So we pull out a draw, which is good because that will bump us ahead just a bit more, and we've got our 15 life points. Fantastic. So we're at 998 ELO. So it all comes down to this last match. If we're going to break even for this this time around, then we need to win against Master Wiltree from Brazil, 25, level 25. So maybe not too much. We've got both All-Stars and Berserk. I wish, again, what is this now? This is at least 4 times where I've not gotten my Roots half, which would have been perfect against Lomanoju or Loretta or Daryl or Costner. Again, the half of my deck that I'm counting on to be able to block these abilities is just nowhere to be found. Absolutely nowhere to be found. So, with Daryl being kind of limited in his playability, and Lomanoju and Costner being able to be mostly neutralized by Yuki on my next play, I'm going to go ahead and play Sean. I don't want to get caught by Loretta, so I'm going to go ahead and play 5. Chances are he's probably only played 3, 4 maybe? Okay, 3. But just in case, I didn't wanna play 4 because he could have tried 1 or 2 more pills. That would have put us in trouble. But now we've got our 5 damage. That was a good solid lead. We want to prevent too much life from coming back, so we're gonna play Yuki. We're gonna play Yuki with 1 pill, just so that we can't be beaten with nothing by, Daryl or a 0-pill Lomanoju. So hopefully this will cause him to play at least a few more pills. We could have tried to surprise him, but ultimately what I really need to make sure I do is match up George versus either Lomanoju or Costner and have him win. Because right now he's not going to play Daryl. There's no reason to play Daryl. And because of that, it means when he leads next time, oh, wow, he's actually, okay, he's played Daryl. I guess he is willing to play the game. Anyway, okay, so that's... Okay, actually, I wasn't expecting that. That was a really good move on his part. So now we have both Loma and Costner, and I cannot play big on the first round, not really, because any kind of Fury follow-up is going to completely destroy me. The good news is that I do have a power advantage against most of these, so basically I want to put Dave against Lomanoju to have the 2, and George versus Costner. So even if we assume he's played nothing, what do we do here? We've got Lomanoju. I'm gonna have to win both of these, so if we assume he's 8 power times 9 is gonna be 72, but it's not, so it's, sorry, 54 versus my 8, 56, so that means I can only play 1 pill on George to try and beat Costner. I have a really good feeling this is not good, but he has played Costner first, and he played relatively quickly, which makes me feel like he's played Costner because Costner has the bigger damage ability. So if that's true, hopefully he has 0-pilled Costner. No Fury. Alright, so he got me. Alright, so that's the end of this, because there's no way that we can catch him with Dave. If we had played Dave, it wouldn't have mattered either. ultimately we had to call that perfectly, and we most surely did not. So very well done, Master Wiltree. Perhaps if I had saved that one extra pill instead of trying to get you with Yuki, I would have had one more that I could have played on George, and it would have made a world of difference here at the end, but such was not the case. Perhaps if I had drawn a better half deck, that also would have worked out better, but again, such was not the case. We did finish our life missions, so that's excellent. I guess I will have to come back in later and try to get my ELO back up above 1,000, but those are our 5 matches for this week, which is to be expected. Some weeks you guess everything right, and some you just don't. So unfortunately, this week did not pan out quite as well for us. We won 1 and tied 1 and lost 3. So for future reference, this deck build is probably not one that I would use. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and were able to learn something. If you like this video, then please don't forget to like it or share it with your friends, and leave me a comment down below with what you think of how ELO went this week. And don't forget to subscribe for more of my Urban Rivals videos. This is Xonia, and you've been in the zone.